Hey guys, 2K3 here. This episode we are looking at the 8th level of the game, Trashing the Camp. Trashing the Camp is actually not that hard compared to some of the previous levels, outside of the ending. But it is for sure a challenge to do fast. This stage features our 4th unique character, Turk the Gorilla, whose physics aren't really special except for her hitbox, which makes the level's iconic glitch possible, and the fact that she cannot throw fruits. But this is irrelevant since there aren't any heights in this level that would require animation canceling. You start off by having to jump over a few boxes and even your own friends who are wreaking havoc and are able to damage you. Although this damage is minimal, so you can use most of the troublemaker gorillas as damage boosts. You should soon end up at the first seesaw of the level. It takes a few seconds for the monkey on the other side to activate it, so be patient, but also make sure that you aren't standing too much to the left or to the right, because the hitboxes are a bit funky. Also, you can jump forward about half a second before the monkey actually launches you, which, if timed correctly, will give you an even larger momentum boost than the seesaw would initially give. After this, it's just more box jumping and damage boosting. One thing worth mentioning in this section is that these poles that you have to climb up to get to the top of the tent seemingly have two bits you have to climb. But in fact, if you land on it correctly, such as jump from the leftmost part of the box, you can actually grab a higher part of the pole and climb it with one input. Following the pole climbing, there is another seesaw ahead, but this one is unnecessary to wait out the launch on since you can just go through the tents that would otherwise help you get above. After jumping over another table and bypassing this gorilla riding a ball, the true fun begins. Normally, you'll climb up this huge flagpole, which takes a lot of time, but it is recommended that you do it in your first few runs instead of opting for the Turk skip that is going to be soon described. With Turk skip, what we're going to do is try to clip through the ground by jumping in between this crate and barrel. Once again, I do have a tutorial that goes over the Turk skip, which will be linked in the description. We will mention some of the basics for the sake of coverage. What you want to do is run towards the flagpole. Then, when you reach a certain point of the plank on the ground, which is speculated to be just a bit ahead of the leftmost edge, press the jump button and keep holding right until your shadow reaches the top of the box. At this exact moment, you have to stop the rightwards input so you don't accidentally end up on top of the box. If done with the correct timing, you will successfully clip through the two objects and, as a result, fall through the ground, eventually upwarping to the top of the flagpole and saving about 10 seconds in the process. If you fail the glitch, it is easily repeatable by running back to just about where the ball gorilla is, then taking another running start to the right, with each attempt losing about 2 seconds of time. But once you end up at the top of the flagpole, the level is finally over. That concludes this episode of the Tarzan Any Percent Guide. If you have any questions or anything else to talk about regarding this game, you can join our Discord server, which is linked in the description. Anyways, stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll see you there.